This isn't just a canyon, it's a crack in time, a wound in the earth where history leaks through.
Using drone discovered a whole load of stuff hidden in the landscape that either hadn't been seen before or hadn't been thought to have been anything.
Imagine a drone gliding silently over it, its camera peering into places no human eye was meant to see. Then, out of nowhere, patterns emerge, shapes.
Thousands of animal figures and geometric shapes that stand out from the landscape.
Shadows of something ancient. Secrets that nature tried to bury, but technology just unearthed.
Thanks to modern technology, including radar, archaeologists have discovered a huge ancient city hidden underground in Mexico.
From forgotten civilizations carved into cliffs to hidden messages etched across desert sands, these discoveries aren't myths. They're real. They were always there. We just never looked the right way. Until now. Because sometimes the sky tells stories the ground can't. Let's dive in. The hidden henge. In July 2018, something ancient stirred beneath the fields of Boherboy Valley in Ireland, but no archaeologist dug it up, no historian expected it. It was a drone, flying casually above the landscape near the famous Newgrange site, that made the discovery. Photographer Anthony Murphy was the one behind the controls. He was capturing aerial shots when he noticed something unusual in the crops. A perfect circle with evenly spaced segments forming two concentric rings. It wasn't a trick of the light or a farming pattern. It was something much older, something sacred. From the ground, it was invisible. Nothing suggested that beneath those green and golden fields lay a long-lost monument. But from the air, the dry summer had drawn a map. Where ancient holes once held timber posts, the soil retained moisture slightly better, keeping the crops greener. That contrast, only visible during a drought, exposed the ghost of a Neolithic henge, likely built more than 5,000 years ago. Experts confirmed it was a major find. Not just another prehistoric site, but one with a distinctive design. Its symmetry suggests purpose, ceremony, ritual, a link to people who lived and died long before written history. The henge could hold new clues about how Neolithic communities marked seasons, celebrated life, or honored their dead. And all of it, hidden in plain sight, waiting for the perfect angle and perfect conditions to be seen again. The discovery wasn't just a triumph for archaeology. It was a reminder that beneath our feet and within our landscapes, ancient stories still whisper. And sometimes it takes a machine in the sky to hear them. Drone uncovers hidden farm. In 2016, after a powerful earthquake struck Italy's Amatrice region, drones were sent to survey the damage. Their job was simple: map the destruction, check for safety risks, and document what needed rebuilding. But one drone veered slightly off course and revealed something no one expected. Nestled deep within a rugged, hard-to-reach area was a large patch of green that stood out strangely from the dry surroundings. Zooming in, the drone's camera exposed rows of healthy, cultivated plants. This wasn't earthquake damage. It was an illegal marijuana farm, completely invisible from the ground. The farm had been cleverly hidden. Natural barriers and the remote location made it almost undetectable. If not for the drone's aerial view, it likely would have remained untouched. But once the footage was reviewed, Italian authorities moved quickly. They located the site, seized 182 marijuana plants, and arrested those responsible. What made the discovery fascinating wasn't just the farm itself, but how it was found. The drone wasn't searching for crime. It was simply performing a routine scan. And yet, its perspective uncovered something deliberately concealed. This wasn't a one-time fluke. It was proof that drones have changed the rules. What once took hours of searching or lucky breaks can now happen in minutes from the sky. Their ability to cover large areas quickly and capture precise visuals has made drones a powerful tool, not just for researchers and photographers, but for law enforcement too. In a world where hiding something used to mean covering it up or burying it deep, that old strategy no longer works. Because drones don't see what we see. they see more. And sometimes, even when they're not looking for secrets, they find them. Hidden figures in Nazca. In the vast emptiness of southern Peru's Nazca Desert, ancient voices still whisper through lines etched into the earth. These are the Nazca lines, massive geoglyphs created over 2,000 years ago by the Nazca people. From the ground, they look like random scratches in the dust, but from above, something extraordinary appears. Hummingbirds, monkeys, humans, and strange geometric shapes stretching across the desert floor. For decades, scientists knew about these incredible designs, but the desert held more than it revealed. That changed when researchers from Yamagata University in Japan, working alongside Peruvian archaeologist Jorge Olano, turned to drone technology. Armed with high-resolution cameras, drones began to scan the desert like never before. What they found was astonishing: 168 new geoglyphs that had gone unnoticed for centuries. Some were simple figures, others far more intricate. But each one added to the mystery. Why were these massive drawings created? Who were they meant for?
Geoglyphs are devices for people to determine certain calendar dates.
From the sky, they seem deliberate, like messages written for the gods or cosmic maps carved into the earth. Artificial intelligence added another layer to the discovery. With thousands of drone images to analyze, AI helped spot faint patterns invisible to the human eye, confirming that the Nazca culture was far more prolific and complex than previously thought. Now, nearly 1,000 geoglyphs are known, but their meaning remains unsolved. What drones and AI have given us is not just a clearer picture, but a deeper one. The desert, once silent, is now telling its story, and we're finally listening from the right height. Uncovering Hokum villages. In the heart of Arizona's scorching Sonoran Desert, an ancient civilization once thrived where few would dare settle. The Hokum people, living between 300 and 1500 CE, mastered the desert with innovation, building intricate irrigation canals and establishing villages across a landscape that seems almost unlivable today.
They developed a very harmonious lifestyle.
But for centuries, their world lay buried beneath sand and time, until drones brought it back into view. Archaeologists have begun using drones equipped with high-resolution cameras to uncover what can't be seen from the ground. Flying low over the desert, drones capture hundreds of overlapping images, which are stitched together to create detailed 3D maps of ancient village sites. These virtual models reveal layout patterns, courtyards, housing clusters, and ceremonial spaces, all without a single shovel in the ground. Thermal imaging has added another breakthrough. By flying drones during the cooler hours of dawn, researchers can detect subtle differences in ground temperature. These temperature shifts often outline buried walls, storage pits, and religious structures, ghosts of the past illuminated by heat. LiDAR, a laser-based mapping tool, pushes this even further. It cuts through vegetation and detects fine surface changes, making it possible to locate hidden foundations or canal systems that have long since vanished from sight. The result is a digital resurrection of the Hokum world. Entire communities mapped from the air, showing how people once lived, worked, and worshipped in this unforgiving land. They didn't just survive the desert, they engineered it. And now, with the eyes of modern technology scanning the Earth from above, we're finally beginning to understand just how advanced and resilient they truly were. The Maya civilization uncovered. For centuries, thick jungle canopies kept one of the world's greatest ancient civilizations hidden from view. Beneath the green maze of northern Guatemala lay sprawling Maya cities, roads, pyramids, and palaces, all swallowed by vines and forgotten by time. what centuries of exploration failed to uncover. A laser beam from the sky revealed in an instant. LiDAR, short for light detection and ranging, has changed everything. Mounted on low-flying aircraft, this technology shoots thousands of laser pulses per second through the forest canopy. What comes back is a detailed 3D map of the ground, free of vegetation. And what researchers saw beneath the trees stunned them.
Archaeologists have discovered a huge ancient city hidden underground in Mexico.
More than 400 ancient Maya settlements emerged, many of them previously unknown. Not scattered ruins, but connected cities, linked by elevated highways, defensive walls, and complex irrigation systems. The discoveries shattered the old idea that the Maya lived in small, isolated city-states. Instead, they reveal a highly organized civilization with a shared infrastructure and expansive regional planning. Massive ceremonial platforms, ball courts, temples, and agricultural terraces point to a society that managed its resources carefully. The presence of reservoirs and canal systems suggests water control on a grand scale. These were not just communities. They were carefully designed urban centers built to support tens of thousands of people. Some of these constructions date back to as early as 1000 BCE, proving the Maya were building advanced societies much earlier than previously believed. LiDAR didn't just uncover ruins, it revealed intelligence, adaptation, and ambition. The jungle tried to erase the Maya's legacy, but technology brought it back, and it's more complex, more powerful, and more connected than anyone imagined.
Now first, like always, be sure to hit the like button down below. It helps us out tremendously with the reach of this video. Thank you.
Hidden Roman roads. Beneath the quiet countryside of England, an ancient network of roads lies forgotten. Pathways once used by Roman soldiers, merchants, and messengers as they moved across Britannia. Over time, these roads faded beneath soil and forest, leaving behind only fragments and theories. But now, with the help of LiDAR, those lost roads are reappearing. LiDAR, a technology that uses laser pulses from aircraft to scan the ground, can see through dense vegetation and detect subtle changes in elevation. Where human eyes see only farmland or forest, LiDAR reveals faint ridges, embankments, and straight alignments, the silent outlines of Roman engineering. One remarkable rediscovery came from David Ratledge, a retired road engineer with a passion for Roman history. Using public LiDAR data, he traced a long-lost 11-kilometer road connecting Ribchester and Lancaster. For decades, the existence of this road has been debated, but LiDAR made the evidence unmistakable. And he wasn't alone. Other researchers like Hugh Toller and Bryn Gethin have used similar methods to uncover Roman roads across northern England. Some of these routes still show features like agars and raised embankments typical of Roman construction, preserved just below the surface. These rediscovered roads are more than lines on a map. They are evidence of an organized, far-reaching Roman infrastructure designed to move armies, goods, and messages with precision. Each path tells a story of empire, connection, and control. With terabytes of LiDAR data still waiting to be explored, it's likely that many more hidden roads will surface. Roads that history forgot, but technology remembers. Ancient Atacama geoglyphs. In the remote, sun-scorched Atacama Desert of northern Chile, thousands of ancient figures lie etched into the earth. Massive geoglyphs, invisible from the ground, but unmistakable from above. Spanning over 5,000 designs, these giant artworks form one of the largest collections of geoglyphs anywhere in the world. For years, their meaning and origins remained mysterious, but now drones are revealing their secrets. Flying high above the desert's rocky surface, drones capture crisp, detailed images without ever disturbing the fragile ground. What once looked like scattered stones now forms patterns, animals, humans, arrows, and spirals, all created by carefully placing or removing rocks to expose contrasting soil. Some of these geoglyphs stretch over 300 feet long and are believed to be more than 1,000 years old. They were created by pre-Hispanic cultures that thrived in this harsh landscape, using the desert itself as a canvas. But why? Researchers now think some geoglyphs were used as landmarks to guide llama caravans along ancient trade routes. Others may have had spiritual or ceremonial meaning, possibly linked to astronomical events or territorial boundaries. Their true purpose remains debated, but what's certain is that they reflect a culture deeply connected to both land and sky. Thanks to drones, archaeologists can now map and analyze these geoglyphs on a massive scale, tracking their distribution, orientation, and style. What once took years of fieldwork can now be achieved in weeks, revealing connections and patterns never noticed before. In the silence of the Atacama, the ground speaks in symbols, and with every new aerial survey, we're finally beginning to read the desert's long-forgotten language. Mystery of the Fairy Circles. Across the barren landscapes of the Namib and Pilbara deserts, nature has drawn one of its most mysterious patterns: perfectly round patches of bare soil, ringed by green grass. Known as fairy circles, these formations stretch for miles, appearing so precise and so widespread that they almost seem otherworldly. For years, scientists debated their cause. Then drones took to the skies. From the ground, the circles appear as scattered patches. But from above, drones revealed an eerie uniformity. These weren't random. They followed a strange order as if laid out by design. The aerial view gave researchers the chance to study vast areas quickly, mapping the size, spacing, and spread of the circles with unprecedented accuracy. One theory points to sand termites. These tiny insects eat plant roots, creating bare patches. With less competition, grass around the edges grows stronger. Another theory focuses on water competition. In dry soil, plants fight for moisture. Some win, others die, forming rings. Now, many scientists believe it's both termites and thirsty plants working together to shape this strange desert art. But even with drones and data, fairy circles remain partly unsolved. They appear in different environments across continents, from Africa to Australia. The patterns are consistent, yet the reasons remain elusive. What drones have made clear is this: the fairy circles are not just quirks of the land. They're a coded message from nature, written across dry soil, waiting to be read. And every new flight brings us a little closer to the answer. The Amaru Muru portal. Hidden in the rocky landscape of southern Peru, near the shores of Lake Titicaca, stands a flat stone face carved with a mysterious doorway. Locals call it the Amaru Muru portal, or the Gate of the Gods. It's not a temple, not a ruin, but something stranger. 7 meters tall and just as wide, the structure seems to lead nowhere. Yet it holds deep legends and growing curiosity. First brought to wider attention in 1996 by local guide José Luis Delgado Mamani, the site immediately stirred intrigue. Carved directly into solid rock with near-perfect symmetry, it looks almost too precise to be ancient. And yet, no historical records explain its origin or purpose. Was it part of a lost civilization? A sacred site? Or, as some legends claim, a portal to another dimension? The myth tells of an Incan priest named Amaru Muru, who fled Spanish invaders carrying a sacred golden disc. He placed it into a small niche in the doorway and vanished, disappearing through the stone itself. Since then, locals have reported strange lights and sounds near the site at night. Now, drones have allowed researchers to view the portal like never before. High-resolution aerial scans show its isolation and how it aligns with natural landforms nearby. The images also help create 3D models, allowing for deeper study without disturbing the site. Still, the mystery remains. The stone is silent, the legends endure. And thanks to the eyes in the sky, the questions only grow louder. Mingsha's Sacred Grotto. Carved into the towering cliffs of China's Gansu province lies a sanctuary of ancient faith and art, the Mingsha grottoes.
221 grottoes are carved into the steep mountainside, housing exquisite sculptures and mural paintings.
Also known as the Mogao Caves. Tucked along the old Silk Road, these cave temples date back to the 4th century and hold over 7,000 statues and countless murals, each one a fragment of Buddhist history and cultural exchange. There are 194 caves in total, hollowed into the cliff face over centuries. Some are small meditation chambers, others are grand halls filled with towering Buddhas and intricate wall paintings. Reaching them isn't easy. Many are perched high above the desert floor, accessible only by precarious wooden walkways that hug the rock. For a long time, these caves were difficult to study and even harder to preserve. But now, drones have changed everything. Flying where humans can't, they capture high-resolution images of areas too dangerous or delicate to reach. These aerial surveys are being used to create detailed 3D models of the site, helping conservators monitor damage, understand structural shifts, and protect priceless artwork. The drone footage also offers a new perspective, showing how the grottoes blend into the cliffs, hidden from view unless you know where to look. From above, the layout tells a story of devotion and resilience, shaped by monks and artists who carved beauty into stone under harsh desert skies. In this fragile place, drones don't just explore, they help preserve. And through their lens, the sacred past of Mingsha rises once more into the light. Some secrets were never meant to stay hidden. From deserts to jungles, cliffs to canyons, drones have become the new storytellers of the ancient world, peering where no human could, capturing what the Earth tried to erase. These aren't just discoveries, they're echoes of lives once lived, ideas once imagined, and civilizations that shaped our present in silence. And if this is what we've found already, imagine what still sleeps beneath our feet. The sky is watching, and the past is waking. What will the next drone reveal? Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep your eyes on the sky and the secrets below.